103.5 WIMZ Knoxville's classic rock. George McFly, Friday afternoon ride home this weekend is the ride for Jordon. And Jordon's mother, Jessica, is in the studio with us right now.
Hi, George.
It is great to meet you. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Very excited for Sunday.
You know, J-Mac, I toot her horn all the time, but she put something together that's just wonderful for you. I'm sure you're appreciative. And tell me how you're feeling about this whole thing.
Very overwhelmed, but so I don't know how to express the way I feel about just the support from Knox County. I mean, every time I turn around, somebody's wanting to donate something else to the auction or to the raffle. And just in the past 2 days, I've had 4 more businesses donate. I'm just very overwhelmed with all the support and love from Knox County.
How long have you known this woman for, Jessica? J-Mac?
About 2 years.
And tell us about the time that J-Mac was praying over Jordon with all of you.
When Jordon was in the hospital in ICU, they only allowed 2 people back there. And I went and spoke to the nurse, and I was like, look, you know, my daughter needs healing. She needs prayer. And I said, if shift change, is it okay if there's a group of us that goes back? And
what was the hospital saying about the chances of her recovery?
Well, at this point, we were at Fort Sanders, and they did not know how severe things were. She had 2 stents put in at this point. She had 4 cardiac arrests.
How old was she?
29. No, 28 at the time.
Oh, boy. Yeah, I have
Yeah, because she turned 29 in March.
My daughter's just around that age, yeah.
And they just agreed to let us go back there. And in the room, there was probably 20. Was there 12? Okay, 12, sorry. It just felt like a lot of people because it was so crowded. But Jennifer started praying, and when she started singing, you could feel the presence of God in that room. It was just a feeling I've never felt before in my life. And Jordon, even though she was sedated, you could feel movement from her. And it blew a lot of people away. I have chill bumps right now talking about it.
I got chills every time she told me this story.
Yeah, I've never experienced anything like it.
So you went through this whole process and you went into Nashville to another place. Tell us about that.
So when we came home from Fort Sanders, after they put the 2 stents in, she was home for 2 days. And on the second day, I heard a big crash in the bathroom, and I jumped up, and she was face down in the tub and not breathing. Her heart had stopped again. And so I had to pick her up, lay her on the floor, and give her CPR myself.
Okay.
And as a mom, that is terrifying. But I dealt with it and didn't freak out until afterwards. Had to call the ambulance again. They came and got her, took her back to Fort Sanders. Fort Sanders was like, Vanderbilt has to come get her because they just don't take care of transplants up here. And while Vanderbilt was standing there to transport Jordon, she cardiac arrested 3 times in 45 minutes. And they ended up having to take her to the cath lab. And just in those few amount of days, the main artery had blocked from the disease she got, which was the CAV. And they had to put a stent in and then put an impella in her leg, which is essentially a motor for your heart, to be able to transport her to Vanderbilt.
What was it like for a mother to hear that she was taking off the transplant list?
That was terrible. So it wasn't she was taken off. They wouldn't even put her on there at all. And I was livid because, I mean, she's 28 years old and has had the heart she had for 17 years, which means she took care of herself because heart, transplants don't last that long. And their reasoning for that was just ridiculous to me. Basically, if she didn't keep insurance, you can't have another heart. Well, so poor people don't deserve to live. That's how it sounded. And then she missed an appointment, but not missed, rescheduled an appointment. She got really sick and couldn't go to the doctor. She had COVID again. And because of that, they were using that against her.
What had to happen for her to get that new heart?
A lot of mama fighting. I was just all over them. The big thing is the things they were holding against her. See, when she was 12 and had her first transplant, I signed the paperwork for her, which is all the things that you have to do to stay in compliance with transplant. Once Jordon turned 18, they should have at that point had a whole nother conversation with Jordon about her responsibilities for compliance, which never took place. So the things they were holding against her for transplant were things that were never expressed to Jordon. And that was my biggest fight with them. If you get a transplant and you don't take your immunosuppressants and your heart or your whatever organ you have goes bad, that is your fault. That is 100% you. And if that would have been the case with Jordon, the person I would have been angry at is Jordon. But Jordon did absolutely nothing wrong for her heart to have the CAV. It's just something that happens with transplanted hearts. They don't even know why it happens, and they don't know how to prevent it from happening. And so I was not going to give up. I was not going to stop fighting. for my child. I mean, she is too young to lose her life.
And then she got a new heart.
May 21st, got a new heart. And she only had a 20% chance of getting a heart. And within, we had 4 offers. And when I say offers, they had 4 hearts that were good and eligible for her. But because she had a lot of antibodies, which is a long story, but basically every person has antibodies. And anytime you get a blood transfusion, get an organ, then you inherit their antibodies on top of yours. So it makes it very difficult to find a heart that the body will not start attacking. They said she had a 20% chance, which is 1 in 5. And guess what? 5th heart, perfect match.
Glory, hallelujah. You know, I spent a Saturday, overnight in the hospital with a backache. Mm-hmm. $27,000. It ain't cheap.
Oh, no. They told me when she's in ICU and was on the ECMO machine, it was to the tune of about $27,000 a day.
A day.
Because they have to have a nurse. They can't even go to the bathroom unless another nurse comes in there, because the ECMO machine, if it acts up, it essentially would stop her heart.
How many days was she on the ECMO machine?
31 days on ECMO.
Then that's why this Ride for Jordon, and this is what it's all about. We need to raise a lot of money. Jay, come on in here and tell us so far for Sunday with all these new sponsors and everybody else behind Jessica and her family.
It's just incredible. So we're going to do a ride from the Knoxville Harley Davidson on Clinton Highway. That's first thing that we're doing in the morning. We got breakfast provided for the riders, and it's a donate what you can
this Sunday.
Ride this Sunday. So come on out. 9:30 is when we're going to be meeting. Kickstands up at 11, and you've got a beautiful ride. I just talked with John Payne over at the Harley shop. They've had it go twice at the actual route. He says it's a gorgeous route. They're really excited about it. So you're going to be on about a ride for a couple hours, and then you're going to end up at Bootlegger Harley Davidson. And we got Mayor Glenn Jacobs as our guest speaker, live music all day, food, got drinks, we got great silent auction items, raffle items, 50-50 raffle. I mean, just so much. It's going to be a great time.
90% of the listeners right now don't have a motorcycle.
Hey, that's okay. Just come out to the concert. Seriously, come out to the concert. Come out and celebrate. And that, too, donation, whatever you can. Donate what you can. We are celebrating not only just getting together and being able to do this, but we're celebrating that she's alive. You know, that 20% chance that she wasn't even going to be here. We didn't even know if this ride and concert was going to be able to, if this was just going to be raising money for them. Had no idea that she was going to be home. And we were going to be celebrating that she's got another chance, that she's going to get to live, that she's going to get to go back to work at Young Williams Animal Center coming up in October. She's going to get married. You know, like those things. We're so excited to celebrate this. So come out and celebrate with us and enjoy yourselves. So, I mean, I can't just come on.
Jessica, what else do you want to say?
I just want to tell everybody, please come out and celebrate, because Jordon has defied all the odds to still be here. They told me it is absolutely unheard of for someone to have 9 cardiac arrests and still be here. Like, she should not have come back from the first one. That kid has a purpose here. Yes. And I want everyone to come out and celebrate, enjoy the music, the food, the auction. I want to get together as a community. It's something that we all need. And I definitely need it, because I have been stressed to the max, and y'all have no idea unless you're a mama.
That's the word that you were looking for.
Yes,
stressed.
I've been stressed to the max,
all
and
right.
I'm just ready to sit back and relax, and it's like a brand new life for Jordon.
You deserve it.
Thank you.
All right. God bless you. Come out and support us this Sunday, the Ride for Jordon. Text Jordon to 76622 for more info. And, of course, to hear the wonderful story, again, the conversation that Jim Mack had with Jessica and the story behind it with Jordon. 3:15 Sports Machine. Your next chance to win these Bristol tickets coming up in just about 30 minutes. 103.5 WIMZ. Thank you, Jessica. God bless you.
Thank you.